Dear learners, welcome to MSBT online learning platform, MSBT Lead, learning at your doorsteps. Unit 5 is applications of 8051 microcontroller and the unit outcome is program 8051 for given application. The learning objective of this presentation is develop assembly language program to rotate stepper motor in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Learners, do you know what is step angle of a stepper motor? And if you know that a stepper motor takes 180 steps per revolution, then you can find the step angle for the stepper motor. These are the contents of this presentation. Introduction to stepper motor. You learn step angle and steps per revolution, the step sequence of stepper motor. Then you will also learn how to interface a stepper motor to microcontroller 8051, and then you learn assembly language program to rotate motor in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. This is the concept map. In order to rotate a stepper motor in clockwise or in anti-clockwise direction, step sequence needs to be sent one after the another with a delay in between. And if a stepper motor is to be rotated by a certain angle, then first number of steps required should be calculated and the step sequence should be then sent for the required number of steps. This is a stepper motor. It is a device that translates electrical pulses into mechanical movement. Stepper motor is basically a DC motor which requires digital pulses for rotation. Stepper motor, when driven by digital pulses, rotates through a step angle for each input pulse, and the number of steps executed controls the degree of rotation of the stepper motor's shaft. Now let us understand what is a step angle and steps per revolution. Step angle is defined as a minimum degree of rotation with a single step. That means whenever a motor shaft rotates by a certain distance, it makes an angle. This angle is called as step angle. Number of steps per revolution are given as 360 degrees, that is one revolution, divided by step angle. And steps per second are given as RPM, rotation per minute, multiplied by steps per revolution divided by 60. So for example, if a stepper motor has a step angle of 2 degrees, then number of steps per revolution is equals to 360 degrees upon 2 degrees, that is equals to 180. That means such a stepper motor which has step angle of 2 degrees will require 180 steps to complete one revolution. This is a cross-section view of a stepper motor. This is a rotor, a permanent magnet rotor surrounded by 4 stators, 1, 2, 1, 2. This stepper motor has a step angle of 90 degrees. So as you can see, it takes 4 steps to complete one revolution. A stepper motor can be driven by sending the step sequence in different modes. First, one phase on or two phase on, also called as full step sequence, and the second is combination of one phase and two phase on, also called as half step sequence. In full step sequence, there are 4 steps, as you can see here. In one phase on, if A, B, C, D are the 4 stator windings, at a time only one winding is energized. First, if winding A is energized, then winding B is energized, then C, and then D. So in one phase on sequence, at a time one winding is energized. In two phase on sequence, at a time two windings are energized, as you can see in the table. First, winding A and winding D is energized, then winding A and winding B is energized, then B, C, and then C, D are energized. So if a motor is to be rotated in clockwise direction, step 1 to 4 is to be followed, and if a motor is to be rotated in counterclockwise or anti-clockwise direction, step number 4 to step number 1 should be followed. This is a full step operation. So this stepper motor has a step angle of 90 degrees. So within 4 steps, one revolution is completed. But as you can see, there are 2 windings or 2 phases on at a time. And whenever the 2 phases are on, the rotor gets attracted towards those stators and it makes a step angle of 90 degrees. This is the half step sequence. To allow for finer movement of the shaft, all the stepper motors will have an 8-step switching sequence. The 8-step sequence is also called half stepping sequence, as each step is half of the normal step angle. For example, if a stepper motor has a step angle of 1.8 degrees, then using a half step sequence, you can rotate a motor by 0.9 degrees for one step also. This is also actually a combination of one phase on and two phase on method. As you can see in the table, 4 stepper motor coils or windings A, B, C, D are shown. So in step 1, you can see first winding A and winding D is energized. In step 2, only winding 1 is energized. Then again A, B are energized, then only B is energized. In step 5, B and C are energized. In step 6, only C is energized. Step 7, C and D are energized, and in step 8, only winding D is energized. So in this way, we are making the motor movement finer. This is half step operation. Let's assume that the step angle of a stepper motor is 90 degrees, but because of half step sequence, which is a combination of one phase on and two phase on, a stepper motor makes half step, that is half of 90 degree, which is 45 degrees for every sequence. As a result, it takes 8 steps to complete one revolution. In a practical stepper motor, the stator and rotor both are grooved. As you can see in the diagram, there are teeth on 4 stators and as well as rotor. Also, stator is an electromagnet and rotor also is an electromagnet. So let us understand the stepper motor operation. In the first diagram, the top electromagnet, that is when stator 1 winding is energized, the nearest teeth of the gear-shaped iron rotor, that is the grooved rotor, is attracted towards the energized stator, and with the teeth aligned to the electromagnet 1, that means to the stator 1, the teeth are slightly offset from the stator 2. Next, in the second step, when the coil of the stator 1 is de-energized and stator 2 coil is energized, then the nearest teeth towards the stator 2 is pulled, and this results in a rotation of 1.8 degrees. Again, when stator 3 winding is energized and stator 2 winding is de-energized, again the nearest teeth towards the stator 3 is being attracted, which again gives a rotation of 1.8 degrees. Again, when electromagnet 4, that is stator 4 winding, is re-energized and stator 3 is de-energized, the rotor teeth nearest to the stator 4 winding gets attracted by giving the next 1.8 degree angle. Again, when the top electromagnet 1, that is stator 1, is again enabled, the teeth in the sprocket, the stator sprocket, will have rotated by 1 tooth position. So as the step angle of the stepper motor here is 1.8 degrees, as you can see, 200 steps are required to make one full rotation. Commonly used stepper motors have 4 windings that are paired with a center tapped common. Such motors are called unipolar stepper motor. The stator is a magnet over which electric coil is wound. One end of the coil is connected commonly either to ground or supply, and the other end is provided with fixed sequence such that the motor rotates in particular direction. Diagram shows stepper motor interfaced with microcontroller 8051 through stepper motor driver IC ULN2803. As you must have studied in chapter 4, ULN2803 is a driver IC which provides with the rated current to the stepper motor coils, as ports of 8051 cannot source that much amount of current. Also, you can see there are 4 windings to be connected to the port pins of 8051. So as shown in the diagram, port 2 is used, but when I say port 2, any 4 bits of port 2, either upper nibble or lower nibble, can be used to interface the 4 windings of stepper motor. Let us understand the program to rotate stepper motor using full step operation. As we have seen in the previous slides, full step operation consists of full step sequence, which is a 4-step sequence where either one phase can be made on or two phase can be made on. Here we have used a 2-phase on sequence where 2 windings at a time are energized. So in step 1, winding A and winding D is on and winding B and winding C are de-energized. So on, if you can see step 1, the sequence is 99H, or the hex code for the sequence is 9, then C, 6 and 3. We can either form the hex code as 090C, 0603 or 99CC, 66 and 33. 99CC6633 gives us same sequence on lower nibble as well as higher nibble of the port pin. So the stepper motor 4 windings can be interfaced either to the lower nibble P2.0 to P2.3 or to the higher nibble P2.4 to P2.7 pins of port 2 of microcontroller 8051. Also, we need to understand that to rotate the motor in clockwise direction, steps should be followed from step number 1 to 4, and to rotate the motor in anti-clockwise direction, steps should be followed from step 4 to step 1. This is a program to rotate stepper motor in clockwise direction. The logic is very simple. As we have seen in the previous slide, by using full step sequence, there are 4 steps to be followed. So each step sequence needs to be sent to port 2 of 8051 with a delay in between. So the first instruction, move P2, hash 99H, sends the first step sequence to the port 2. As we are sending 99H sequence, 9 is sent on lower nibble as well as the higher nibble of the port 2 of 805. So wherever the stepper motor windings are been connected either on lower nibble or higher nibble, the step sequence 91001, that means winding A and winding D are energized, 2 phases are on and the motor rotates by 1 step. Then a delay is called. The third step is move P2, hash 0CCH, sends a second step sequence. Again a delay is called. Then move P2, hash 66H, sends a third step sequence. Again a delay is called. Move P2, hash 33H, sends the fourth step sequence. Again a delay is called and the programming is kept in loop. The delay in between every step decides the speed of the stepper motor. Larger the delay, more time in between the steps, slower is the speed. Smaller the delay means lesser time in between the steps, increases the speed or the motor rotates faster. This is the program to rotate the motor in clockwise direction. As you can see, it is very simple. You simply need to send the step sequence from step number 1 to step number 4, one after the another on port 2 with a delay in between. To rotate stepper motor in anti-clockwise direction, we need to follow steps from step number 4 to step number 1. So the first instruction, move P2, hash 33H, sends the first sequence to port 2, which is actually the fourth step in the sequence table. So we go in the reverse order. So move P2, hash 33H sends the first step sequence to port 2 to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. A delay is called. Move P2, hash 66H sends the second step sequence. Again a delay is called. Move P2, hash 0CCH sends a third step sequence. Again a delay is called. Move P2, hash 99H sends the fourth step sequence, and again after a delay the whole process is repeated. So as compared to the previous program, the only change in this program is we are sending the sequence in reverse order, and again the delay in between the every step decides the speed of the stepper motor. To understand the program to rotate motor using half step operation, that means by giving half step sequence, we need to first understand the half step sequence. As we have studied in the previous slides, half step sequence is made up of 8 steps. So which is a combination of 2 phase on and 1 phase on method. So step 1, 1001 makes 2 phases on, phase or winding and winding D on. Step 2, only winding A is on, so on. We get 8 steps to be followed to rotate the motor by half step. So if we can see the hex codes for half step operation are 99H, 88H, CCH, 44H, 66H, 22H, 33H and 11H. Again, if you want to rotate the motor in clockwise direction, we need to follow the steps from step 1 to step 8. And if the motor is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, the step should be followed from step number 8 to step number 1. So let us understand the program to rotate stepper motor continuously in clockwise direction using half step operation. As we have seen in half step operation, half step sequence needs to be sent to the stepper motor, which is made up of 8 steps. Now either we can send each step at a time by using move instruction and calling a delay in between, or we can use this method. In this method, the 8 step sequences, which is 99H or step code 99H, 88H, 0CCH, 44H, 66H, 22H, 33H and 11H are stored in the memory. So ORG000H starts the program at location 0. Move DPTR, #COD is initializing the data pointer register with the starting address of the step code. So move DPTR, #COD actually points to the first step sequence, that is 99H. Move RT, R2, #08 acts as a counter because we need to send 8 step sequences. The count set is 8. Move A, #00H initializes A with 00H. Move CA, @A plus DPTR moves the content of memory address pointed by A plus DPTR. So right now DPTR contains the address of first code 99H. A is 00H. So the address formed is address of 99H. So 99H code is moved to register A. Move C is moved from code memory. So at this point, the first code 99H is moved to register A. Then move P1, A instruction sends the contents of register A to port 1. For example, if the stepper motor is interface at port 1, we need to send it to port 1. If the stepper motor is interface at port 2, we will send that sequence to port 2. Then a delay is called. INC DPTR increments the content of DPTR by 1. DPTR consists the address of the first step sequence, which is incremented by 1. So now DPTR points towards the second step sequence, that is 88H. So it stores the address of memory in which 88H is stored. DJNZ R2, up decrements the count in R2 by 1. So initially R2 is 8, now R2 becomes 7 because it is not 0. The program control jumps up. Again move A, #00H makes A 00. DPTR is pointing towards the next location which contains 88H. So move C, A, @A plus DPTR now moves the code 88H into register A, which is then sent to the port where the stepper motor is interfaced. Again a delay is called. Again the DPTR is incremented by 1 to point towards the third step sequence. R2 is decremented by 1. This process repeats till R2 becomes 0. So whenever the 8th step sequence is sent to port 1 and R2 is decremented, R2 becomes 0 and the program control goes to SJMP repeat instruction, which repeats the whole program continuously so as to rotate the motor continuously in clockwise direction. Dear learners, attempt MCQ set 1. Thank you.